でドラゴンボールでスーパーやるよりベジータ物語やった方がいいよ。もうダイマなんかあんなアニメやるんならベジータ物語やった方がいいね。みんな見たいと思う。あとフランスなんか大当たりするよ。
Hey y'all, this Battle Memes by Omari back at you with another video. Okay, so Toriyama's original editor, Kazuhiko Torishima, had some interesting words about the current status of Dragon Ball. It's very interesting to know because I don't think he's really ever spoken on how he feels the direction of Dragon Ball was going. And he pretty much trashed it. He flat out said Dragon Ball's Daima is garbage and that Dragon Ball Super wasn't good and it could have been much better had they focused on Vegeta. Now, that's interesting. I wouldn't, like, me personally, I don't know if you guys like paid attention to my past videos. I really don't care much for Vegeta. I don't like him as a character, but he's good for Dragon Ball. But me personally, I don't like the type of person Vegeta is in early Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Super. He's just very obnoxious, he's egotistical and jealous, envious, and you really can't trust him. I trust more GT Vegeta than I do any other Vegeta, because that Vegeta has pretty much accepted the fact that Goku is better and isn't in competition with him anymore. So that was Toriyama's direction that he wanted to take Vegeta, which is why he designed him the way he did for GT, with the low cut, the mustache, So I personally think the way the current writers for Dragon Ball, it wouldn't have been that great. Had they have done something more with Vegeta in Dragon Ball Super, it wouldn't have been good. I mean, what more can you really do with him besides develop his character to be who he is in GT? There's not really much you can do with that. So, Dragon Ball Super is trash. I do agree with him on that, but it's beyond saving. You can't really save Dragon Ball Super. He pretty much trashed the manga and said the manga isn't good either. But I do not agree with him saying Daima sucked. Daima was good. Daima gave me the feel of that OG Dragon Ball, and it had the heart of OG Dragon Ball in it. You can tell that Daima was an apology from Toriyama for Super. So I would have to disagree with him on that. I think Daima was great. It wasn't the best because it was so short. The Demon Realm could definitely be more fleshed out, and there's a lot they could have done with the Demon Realm, and a lot they could have done with the characters. And all the characters were kept in perspective, which I really did appreciate. But to say it was trash, I completely disagree with that. I don't know why he would think that. I don't know why anyone would think Dragon Ball Daima was trash. Besides the fact that it was short, you have to take that into consideration, that they couldn't really flesh out a lot of it because of the time constraint, and it was only 20 episodes. So, you can't really, you have to keep that in mind when judging Daima. But I can absolutely feel the heart of it. The art was great. The animation was great. The characters were great. And, you can tell that it just wasn't a fan service just to be a fan service like Dragon Ball Super is. I would have to disagree with him on that. But as far as Dragon Ball Super goes, it's far too late to save that. It's just too much damage has been done in Dragon Ball Super, and he's basically trashing Toyotaro as well, saying that the manga sucks, and it does. The manga is garbage. So it just seems like he just doesn't, Kazuhiko doesn't like where Dragon Ball is currently as a whole, it seems like, because let's face it, nothing's gonna live up to the OG. So I just feel like that's how he is, how his take on it. And with the beef with Toy and Shueisha, you know, that I don't see them really joining forces anytime soon. I'm not sure if this is an attempt to join the forces, but, you know, I don't know if he plans on doing something to focus more on Vegeta, but, you know, he's not really a character you can build on more. He's pretty much done. You can build more on Piccolo than you can on Vegeta. So let me know what y'all think about that in the comments section. Do you agree with him? Do you disagree with him? How do you feel about the current state of Dragon Ball? And I'll see you on the next video. All right.